So if you've been on TikTok or Instagram, you've probably come across a reel video. But if you don't know what I'm talking about at all, I'm gonna give you a brief description. So reel videos, they're basically like videos with like captions of something that may be relatable. And in the video, they probably use sad music with a sad template. And what you basically call that is a real video, because it displays things that happen in real life. But the thing that you may not know about real videos is that it's addictive. And what I mean by that, what makes it addictive, is that you get like this feeling of comfort and relatability when you watch these videos. I know myself, because I also have been addicted to real videos. And what I can explain about them is that they're kind of toxic. And I don't mean that the videos are bad, but I mean what they do to you is bad. Because when you're watching them, all you're doing is just stuffing yourself with negative energy. And I don't feel like that's an accident. What I think is you do that kind of on purpose, as a way to reaffirm to yourself that you're this sad, lonely, and miserable person. And I only say that because a lot of people are kind of falling in love with the idea of being sad and depressed, and also as a way to validate mental illness. Now, I'm gonna ask you a question. When is the last time that you allowed yourself to be happy? Like, when is the last time that you've done something or like you've just been extremely happy in the moment, and then you start to thinking back like, this isn't who I am, this isn't, the person I probably thought I was, and you just don't allow yourself to be happy. So you go back to reminiscing in the past, some bad things, and to kind of put yourself back in that headspace that you are a mentally ill person, and basically you're playing the victim almost. And I don't mean that disrespectfully at all. I mean, I've done it. Not intentionally, of course, but subconsciously I've done it. So I can speak just only from experience in this. So, and the thing with me is, growing up, I just wanted to be someone better than the people around me. So as a way to keep myself going towards that goal, I kind of just pushed all of my trauma and everything into that. And what it did, or what I hoped for it to do, was give me a reasoning in trying so hard to become a better, more successful person. And also as a way of knowing that all the hardships that I went through, I get something out of it in the end. Like, it wasn't all pointless and I just have bad luck in life or whatever. But I just started thinking, and now I've come to the point where I'm like, was this really something healthy to do? Was this really the only way that I could motivate myself to just be a better person? And I'm starting to think that it wasn't. Maybe at the time it was because I was lacking discipline, drive, and I was very complacent. But I'm not that same person anymore. So now I've kind of started to reflect on my habits and thinking processes. And I'm just starting to think about all of the toxic things that I've masked with this initiative that it's all for the greater good. But it wasn't. In fact, all that it's done is make me always here. And the type of person that I actually am is up here. You know, I'm an uplifting person, but for all my life, I've just been looked at as this person who's just down all the time. Very despondent, just hopeless, and I have no regrets in the way that I lived my life. Sure, there are some things that I probably would have changed the way that I handled it or went about it, but ultimately, I don't regret anything because I know that it was all meant for something. And I know what I said earlier kind of contradicts what I'm saying now. I'm not saying that that's never the case at all. In fact, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here to tell you now that it's okay to just be happy. It's okay to be fine. Like, truly. You don't have to poison yourself full of negativity to possibly egg on who you want to be or what you want to accomplish. You don't need that. All you need is yourself, some discipline, and motivation. And you can get all of that without consuming all of the negative media. You can have a positive self-image without trying to validate yourself through your trauma or hardships. So, a bit of a change of scenery. Mosquitoes and ants was kind of just eating me up where I was at before. But to continue where I left off, I know that in modern times right now, it's kind of like a trend to like stuff that's edgy. And what I mean by that is nobody really likes things that represent happiness. They think it as shallow and dull. And I relate a lot to that because whenever like I would watch animes, TV shows and stuff, I kind of always gravitated more towards the characters that were dark, mysterious, a bit depressed, you know, emo characters. And so it's like 4 days into the future and I just finished Snowfall. So if you know, you know. I'm on an emotional roller coaster right now, but I still want to finish this video. So that being said, I'm going to continue to my last point. I said something about liking edgy characters. Now, for me personally, my taste in characters is not going to change because of that, but it lets me know a little bit more why I gravitate towards that. For the most part, it's just I like characters that I relate to, and the characters I relate to, or I don't know, I guess I find some sort of strength in, it's just the edgy characters. That's just the way it is, and it's probably not gonna change. But I'm aware of it now. I'm aware why it's happening now. And the last point I'm gonna make before I finish this video is that you don't need to keep dosing yourself full of negativity to have ambition and drive and to keep moving forward. You can allow yourself to be happy and achieve all of those things. That was probably one of my biggest mistakes growing up, is that thinking that trying to fight using pain would get me far or where I want to be. But I was wrong. And hopefully, if you watch this and you're making that same mistake, I can be a lesson to not do that. Okay.